All right, guys, welcome back. Box number 2, Timespiral Remastered. Before we dive into the first packs, please go down south. Remember to give us a like, subscribe, ring the bell, share with your buds, tell them about us. Our purpose with this channel is to crack cool boxes, talk magic, get nostalgic, and have some fun. Box number 2, guys, cheers to you. Timespiral Remastered. Now, quick overview, verbal overview while we're opening this first pack. The first box was nuts. You guys, please go back and watch that as soon as you get the chance. First box, we hit Thran, we hit Chalice. Oop, there's Ith. Oh, cool. Repeal. Oh, foil care keep. So foil rare out the gates. Not a bad way to start the videos. Telling you guys, I said this in the last box. You can't go statistically with one out, with one showing. It's not ethical, right? It's not scientific. But what we can do, though, is we can say that that first box was nutty, and we can say that that first pack was a pretty decent pack. First pack last time, if I'm not mistaken, was pretty nutty as well. So definitely want to keep our eyes open this time. Painted Pongify, love it. Tombstalker. Ewit in a time shift, and a foil common. All right, so again, guys, excellent pack. Can't really ask for better. Like, you know, the thing about a good pack or a good box is the consistency of it. Like, it's nice, of course, when you can hit a wild, nutty card like Chalice. We hit Chalice last time. That was awesome. Miri the Cursed, that holds value. Excellent. Master of the Pearl Trident, and a token. But the value in a box, and this is what I'm really curious about with this, is I really am looking forward to looking at the commons and the uncommons. What are those holding? Because the value in the box is really about the consistency. Can you get Eternal Witness and things like that in the box? Summoner's Pact. I don't remember what that's sitting at, so I'm not going to make a judgment on the value of that. And a Consuming Aberration, which is a card that I personally love to play. Yes, I'm one of those sick in the head dudes that likes to play decking strategies from time to time. I'm not a newbie that just sits there and goes for decking all the time, but it is certainly entertaining. Angel's Grace, cool stuff. And Sorcerer's Spyglass. And again, remember guys, we try to open these boxes. We know a bit about the value of some of the high-end cards, but we don't know the value of many of the cards when we open it. So it's cool to us where we can just experience the product, enjoy the process of opening, and then go in later and look. Thragtusk and Vesuvian Shapeshifter. Now, one thing that is interesting, last time, guys, we had an incredible box. I mean, we hit Urborg, and we just hit some monsters. What we didn't hit a lot of, though, which was kind of strange, was Mythics. I think we only hit 2 Mythics. So it'll be interesting to check kind of the average Mythic count, Arcades and a foil Arcblade. The average Mythic count across boxes, I'm really intrigued to see what that looks like, because, you know, the time-shifted slots have some nutty value in them. Like some really cool, God, we keep it in delay. That card used to be a very valuable and common. We'll have to see later. Sophie Eric's Daughter and Vanquisher's Banner. That actually might hold some value too. So it'll be interesting to see, like, what is our Mythic count going to end up looking like? Because right now we're at 0. We're at 0. I think this is pack 10 if I'm doing my math right. So 0 Mythics so far. Almost a third of the way through the box. Oh, well, I just broke it. Gemstone Caverns, fantastic Mythic hit. That's another thing about this product, guys, is that they really didn't put a whole lot of dud Mythics, if I remember correctly. God, this pack does not want to open. They didn't put a whole lot of duds in the Mythic slot, which is awesome, because one of the worst feelings in the world is when your Mythic finally shows up and it is some $2 trash when you just spent your hard-earned money on a really lovely box. Cloud Key, excellent rare. Love seeing that as a reprint. Bedlam Reveler, and a foily Giant Dust Wasp. Okay. Now, I can also honestly say that this box is not starting as wild as the last one. But along with that statement, I'm pretty confident that this is still a very decently valued box. So still, not so... Oh. Now, Ponder, if I'm not mistaken, is among the more expensive, and a foil get to. That's cool. Joyride. Ponder when it was first spoiled, it was dumb. It was like 65 bucks. Do I expect that to be that when we check afterwards? No. No, I don't. But it was still, if I'm not mistaken, holding 30 some odd dollars. It's a strong, strong time-shifted card in terms of value. And of course, an excellent card in general. I think every cube ever that is running vintage or legacy cards is running Ponder. It's such a great card and beautiful in that old school card style. Okay, hitting the uncommons. There's another Rada. We saw that last video on a Vandal Blast. Time shifted. Foil, common, not time shifted. Guys, I also got to say this. I love that boxes in this are 36 packs. And I know other sets will offer, oh, there it is. I believe that's the most expensive Mythic. Thank you, Timespiral Remastered. And a cool Tendrils of Corruption foil. Yeah, I know you had the option for draft boxes with previous, but with all the other fancy product next to it, you really didn't have an option but to buy the set boxes if you were looking for value. Because you knew that the foils and other fancy things, oh, boom and bust. I got some funny stories around that card. Alessia who smiles at death. You know, you were kind of forced into a position to buy one of the more elaborate products with some of the previous sets that came out, like Kaldheim as an example. The set, just the regular draft boxes just did not produce. So then you were stuck paying for these freaking set boxes, so you had to pay more, not tremendously more, but at the cost of 6 packs less. That matters. Whereas with this product, there's nothing else to choose. You got 36 packs, foils show up at the same rate for everybody, which I love. They're harder to come by. Draining Well, cool card. Nature's Claim, and a foil Baral. That may be worth something there, ladies and gentlemen. Foil rare time-shifted cards right now are supposed to be kind of the chase cards in this set. So anytime one shows up, even if it's not, you know, the Thoughtseize or whatever, I'm excited about it. Leyline of the Void time shifted. That is sure to hold some value. So I'm gonna go ahead and set that right over there. Again, I should probably be setting more cards aside, guys, based on value, but I just don't know for sure, and I don't want to mislead. That is very important to me. Greater Gargadon, definitely played that back in the day. Really cool. Manifold Key, and a foil Ivory Giant. Okay, now we're definitely more than halfway through the packs, guys, so I'm cruising to the finish line of my second pile of 12. It's so cool to be able to say piles of 12 again. God, I can't tell you how good that feels. Oh! Damnation. Read the bones. Damnation is the best black board wipe ever printed to date. Only contended probably with Toxic Deluge. Now, it depends on who you ask, of course. But it is certainly more valuable than Toxic Deluge. And I will also say, guys, very happy. Oh, nice. Magus of the Moon. Hello. Vampire Hex Mage. We've seen 3 mythics so far in this box. So we're already well ahead. 50% ahead, in fact. Oh, Simeon Spirit Guide. I did not know they reprinted this. That's awesome. Oh, that's so cool. God, that is so cool. This box is stacked, man. Another Talaria West, Stinkweed Imp, and we got a foil Infiltrator Ilcore. Nothing fancy there, but we're cruising. All right, pack number 24. Wrapping up pile number 2 here. Let's see if we can get a little bit more mythics. A few more mythics here. Mystic Sanctuary, looking cool. All right, pack number 1 of pile number 3, guys. I'm so thoroughly enjoying this. And you know what's cool about a product like this, Singer Nosferatu and a Taurent? What's so cool about a product like this is when you're done opening the boxes and you sort the cards, you can reestablish packs. You can set up mini cubes with the box. Patrick and I, one of the other Pack Rats MTG brothers, as you know, we love taking just a random pile of cards and throwing some land together and playing. It's a great way to play Magic, especially if you don't have the time to set up a more competitive format. And Timespiral, I'm going to tell you right now, guys, Timespiral back in the day was one of the best draft sets, in my humble opinion. That whole block, they just did such a good job. Restore Balance, that's a cool card. Relentless Rats and a foil. Gaton Riders. Okay, nothing fancy there. But we did already hit our foil rare time-shifted card in Baral. So we may not see another one in this box. Who knows? And again, I would not be offended. I feel already that there's a Joyra and a Rex Age. I'm super happy with how these boxes are already. I can't tell you enough, guys.
But it seems to be very consistent to this
super
point.
consistent. Yeah.
In terms of what you're getting, rares and foils, and seems to be really consistent box to box.
Beast Whisperer. Foil Walk the Aeons, our third foil rare, and that rare may just have some very significant value. And Pops, I think that's the word for it. This stuff has been super consistent.
Yeah, when you look at it as a percentage, commons versus uncommons and rares, and they seem to be doing a real good job on this set of loading these boxes up really consistently.
Yeah, so now remember guys, Pops isn't used to Magic, so he doesn't know exactly what he's looking at all the time. But what he's referring to is just the fact that we always get the same amount of commons, same amount of uncommons, but what he's referring to is an Ancestral Vision. Good old throwback, probably not worth a ton of money right now, maybe $5. What he's referring to is just that the rare slot is producing consistently. The time-shifted slot seems to be producing consistently. I believe there are uncommons in here, at least that used to be worth some pretty significant value. There's another Walk the Aeons, cool. And a Dismember, that's probably holding. But yeah, Pop, I think that's the perfect way to say it. It's consistent. They did a good job of making sure that you got your money's worth. So yeah, you spend $200, but I mean, especially for a personal collection, guys. And a Leveler. Oh my gosh, guys. Pact of Negation, second box in a row. Like, what are we doing over here? We should have bought 10 cases if we could get a hold of them. That is the other thing though, guys. I don't know what allocations are like for most stores. There's a Glittering Wish and an Ethereal Armor. I don't know what you're going to be able to get a hold of, guys, but I would certainly do your best to do so, because $200 a box. This is like a Masters product, guys, but with 36 packs. It's Masters product, Masters cost, but with 36 packs. You cannot ask for a better product. Dryad Arc, my gosh. Monastery Swift Spirit, the time shifted. I'm really excited, Pops, to check out those time shifted cards that are commons and uncommons, because they were being spoiled $10, $20, $30 for some of these commons and uncommons. So it's be interesting to see, kind of where they're standing now. Another Flagstones. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Mystic Confluence to wrap it up. Guys, thanks for joining us for box number 2. Pops is going to take the reins on the next one. If you like the video, make sure to share.
Look at this consistency. If
you
go pile to pile and have nothing in between so you can see the differences, it's really consistent. This box is very similar to the last box.
Yeah, absolutely. In terms of the value at each slot, yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, we'll have to compare, guys. We're definitely going to go through all this and kind of catalog what we got. But and remember, we do sell singles as well, guys, on lines. But yeah, that's exactly right. If you compared box number 1 over box number 2, super consistent in terms of value. They really do a good job of making sure you get your money's worth. So with that, share it with a bud, and we'll see you on box number 3.